Hey everybody, Brad here, bringing you another Tactical Tuesday. Today I want to talk about the importance of taking a little downtime every day. We live in a crazy, stressful world. Everybody's overwhelmed. I'm pretty sure I don't have to remind you of that. But what happens is we get stuck in this highly driven, gotta get things done, put ourselves last mentality, just trying to survive and conquer our worlds. And it's the fastest way to wear out our metabolism. And it's pretty simple. Research shows for every 90 minutes to 2 hours, if you just take a 10 to 15 minute break, you actually get more done. But we feel like we don't have time to take those little breaks. So I try to really get my clients to take 10 or 15 minutes every couple of hours and just go for a walk, take a little nap, do a meditation like Headspace or Calm. It doesn't take much. But by doing that, it controls the stress response. Anything we can do to dampen the stress response dramatically improves performance and it protects the metabolism. And I'm also a really big fan, if you look at any of my clients' programs, is at least one day a week we build in I call it a regeneration day, where it's a day that you specifically do things to aid recovery. So on that day, maybe it's you go out for a 90-minute walk, or you take a 90-minute nap, or you try a deprivation float tank, one of my favorite recovery therapies. I love deprivation float tanks. You just lay in there and you hit the theta state. You don't really know if you're awake, if you're asleep. It's when you start hitting highly creative states. It's beautiful. I like floating in a pool. I like hot tubs, saunas. Maybe you like to do a cold dip. You know, it's interesting. I've been doing a lot of research because the podcast I'm doing next is going to be all about cold therapy. And they don't really know if it works or not. The one thing they have found is that perceived soreness and fatigue is better if you do ice baths after activity, but they've done all the way up to 6 days of study on people after doing ice bath therapy, and have found there's no benefit to like performance, right? You don't jump higher, run faster, any of those things, but you don't perceive to be as fatigued or as sore after those scenarios. So I like that. I found those to work a little bit as well. If you hate being cold, don't do it. If you hate being hot, you hate hot tubs, or you hate floating in a pool, don't do it. Anything you hate to do will just cause stress, so don't do those. But find something you really enjoy and do that on that regeneration day. If you're using heart rate variability testing, that's what I have all my clients using, on days where you are a red and your readiness is under 4, those are days you should probably use regeneration therapies versus going to the gym and forcing yourself to work out. It's telling you your body's not handling stress very well. So use regeneration tactics to your benefit. It really helps to give back to yourself. And one last key with this, you gotta sleep. Sleep is how you regenerate. It's how you battle stress. They show that people that sleep 7 or more hours a night have less cortisol, which is the steroid hormone, running through their bloodstream. So you're dampening cortisol that way as well. So don't cheat your sleep and expect to win from a metabolic standpoint or a productivity standpoint. Some good military research showed sleeping 6 hours a night versus 7 for their soldiers reduced productivity by 26%. That 1 hour is incredibly important. So manage your stress. Take action against it. Okay? Whether it's just 10 minutes once a day to start, maybe that's all you got. That's what you can do. That alone will help. It'll bring down the stress response. It'll aid in your productivity. Eventually, you'll have no problem doing it 2 or 3 times a day and then having 1 day a week that's really focused on regeneration. I'm not lying to you when I tell you it's all about recovery is what drives the great from the good. It's the separating factor. Remember, relax and conquer.